It's your boy Don Quill checking in right now. We skipping class with the progress report. Y'all folks, make sure y'all tune in. What's going on with us? Yeah.
The progress report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepard. This is another episode of Skipping Class, and I got my man Lil Quill back in the building. How you feeling?
I'm good, blessed.
Damn right, man. You looking good. I love that yellow. That's my favorite color, man.
Bright.
Hell yeah,
That's
I love
how I'm
that
feeling.
shit. Look good.
Appreciate it.
Well, let's get to it, man. So all last year, I feel like you was going crazy releasing singles. So my question is, when can we expect a new project, though?
24th February. New project on the way called McJagger.
McJagger.
McJagger. Yeah, I was
Ooh-wee.
on my McJagger shit all last year.
Got
So
you.
I just, just kind of like dropping a single, just teasing, you know what I mean? Kind of still trying to perfect a new sound at the same time because I feel like some of the old sounds weren't working, you know what I mean? And then probably not even that, just to, sometimes, when I be in there trying shit, I end up liking shit and then end up kind of critiquing the sound as a whole. So it ended up just turning to a whole different person and my confidence and just my mindset, everything ended up just changing. I just felt like, you know what I mean? I'm McJagger, you know what I mean? So it just gave off a different vibe, you know what I mean?
I like that title. That's hard.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. So I definitely want to talk about that Bands Collecting Dust record, man. That shit's so damn hard. So talk about that creative process making that.
It's crazy because, so when I did Bands Collecting Dust, I did like 4 songs that session. And actually all of them was honorable, you know what I mean, enough to be released. Because, you don't get too many sessions like that. Some of them you might get 1, some of them you might not get none. But with that song was the most exciting song for me to drop because I don't know what it was. I don't know what it's about. It's just, I guess it was just a different flow. It was just something different. But the thing about that is just like, for one, let me go ahead and start by saying they didn't really too much gravitate to as much as I wanted them to, but I'm not tripping on it because I liked it. You know what I mean? So, and it was more so special to me because it was like a different flow I unlocked, and it's like I was actually vibing with it. You know what I mean? Once I did that song, I was in the studio recording with Biggs, Glass House Biggs. So I was recording with him. We did a song. The song we did in that same session is gonna be on the album too. We did that song, so I'm going. He let me drive. So once I'm doing that song, you know how you be doing a collaborative session. I'm like, I'm trying to hurry up and do this song. I'm trying to finish this song. I don't even want him to get on it because I'm like, I like it so much. I'm like,
Shit.
I want to be selfish with this one. But it's like he ended up getting on the right song that was fit for him. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know if I didn't put it together properly, the promo and actually get hype going towards it or what it was. But I actually was excited about the song. I shot the video. I did like 3 days worth of shooting with the video.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Because how much I liked it, you know what I mean? And when I gave it to him, it's kind of like a, you know what I mean? Then once I dropped I did they got a little shit when you're knocking on the back of the class shit. I did the back of the class shit with the song me and Biz got. They went crazy about it. I did From the Block shit, the live performance shit with Ain't Trying to Talk. All these are the same sessions, and I'm seeing different reactions that they giving to it. It's like, oh, that's crazy, you know what I mean? But that song right there stood out the most to me than all those songs because it was just like the flow they gave it. You know, I don't know. And still to this day, I don't regret dropping that first one. Not even that it couldn't even get on the album either, but it just meant something to me, it just was different for sure.
Nah, that shit hard as hell.
Nah, I appreciate it for sure. Though. I definitely agree to it.
For sure, okay. Now, which music producers do you like working with right now?
I got a little protege I got coming up under my wing, Zay on the beats. I got another artist. I got another producer. I got a lot of producers that I've been kind of like fucking with over the years. ATP, Rich Gates, Cutter, Block on the Track, Coding Beats, shout out to Kino. Who else? Gudda Tay, of course, you know what I mean? But the thing about Gudda Tay, that's my real brother. You know what I mean? So And there's a lot of situations I be having to tell, not like, you know, like a lot of times the music shit don't even be in mindset, you know what I mean, when it come to linking with certain people because it be so much love, you know what I mean? So, man, Gudda Tay, we don't really get to work as much as we used to because it's like, you know, I don't know what the situation, I don't even want to think I know what it is, but it's just more so brotherhood, you know what I mean, than anything. But him too, who else we got? Been working with a lot of little people and shit, you know what I mean? This list goes on. I don't want to forget nobody, but that's about a good little handful or two, you know, just to kind of throw out there. Not nobody really like, you know, major for real. I really like working with underground artists and producers because they more hungry, you know what I mean? And then they're gonna actually really help try to get the song where it need to be, opposed to, you know what I mean, a higher up, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's just how I look at certain shit, but you know, that ain't necessarily always the case either too sometimes, but it just be more so that, you know, I kinda like fuck with them too, cause they be, you know, they be ready.
No,
I don't have to call them a whole bunch of times either too, you know?
Hell yeah. Then it's like y'all, you know, working on creating a new sound, you know what I mean? So
Nah, facts. So you gotta work with different people too.
definitely. Now, describe your recording process now. Do you still not write?
Nah, hell nah. I ain't really interested. I don't even know how to write no more. See, the thing about it, okay, don't get me wrong. With the writing shit, I ain't really interested at all. You like that what I just said?
Shit was smooth as hell. Smooth.
Nah, it's crazy because with the writing shit, it's like, all right, if I'm in a studio, I don't write it all, but I did this before. I just did this recently. This is something that I hate too, which is another reason why I don't write. I hear a song, I hear a beat playing, boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, I want to say this on the song. Because I freestyle so much and that it's always gonna change up. So if I'm like mumbling or imitating a flow, the words will come, but the words not gonna be the same by the time I get to the booth. So I'm like, hold on, wait, I wanna say this. I for sure wanna say this. Boom, boom. I type like one bar, just the beginning of it. I wanna start it off like this. I did that the other day and I hated it. So I can't do that. It ain't for me for real. I just can't see myself like premeditating the work. I just let it come naturally, you know what I mean? However it come out, however it's produced, that's how it's meant to be. You know what I mean? So the writing shit, I ain't really too much for it no more. And then, like I probably said back then, I don't know if I probably said it on one of these interviews or the first interview, but I can't keep up with motherfuckers, you know what I mean, when I'm trying to write. So that's what made me stop writing, you know what I mean? Because I remember one time I missed 1 or 2 songs trying to write a verse. 8 bars of that, not even the whole song. So it's like when I do write, I'm writing slow as hell. So. But a lot of songs from way back then got wrote for sure, you know what I mean?
Really?
Like, especially like from back when I first interviewed, it was in Eastwick and shit. Like around that time, I was writing like a good percentage of the songs, but.
Wow.
Just like now, I don't even know nothing about it. I don't even know how to write. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to type. I don't know how to do none of that.
How is it when you doing a show? Do you be forgetting your lyrics sometimes?
You know, nah. Sometimes I might kind of like stumble on a word or two, you know what I mean? Or I might start saying the second verse on the first verse or something, probably because I might like the second verse opposed to the first verse. But it'd be more so just, you know, in the moment type shit too, so I can't really just say, but I do know I'm kind of getting a little better with my stage presence now, you know what I mean? So I don't really see myself fucking up too much, you know what I mean? And then if I do, I know how to kind of like get out of it real quick, you know what I mean? Kind of like, you know what I mean? And I think the last show we did, well, not the last show, but I did a show in Birmingham not too long ago, and I did some crowd control and shit. I think it was Birmingham or wherever it was. I made him say 1, I say 1, you say 5.
Okay.
1, 5. That's the first time. I always like used to dream of doing shit like that, but I never had the balls to do it. I just go out there and just say the lyrics. Or if they gotta be feeling, they gotta be feeling me before I feel them, so the energy can be transferred. So when I come out there, I gotta see them on time already. And a lot of times with me still not being where I wanna be, that's very rare. You know what I mean? So if it was a lot of times, I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm finna just go ahead and just rap my shit. when I went out there this time, I like the song, such. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna make the folk feel this shit. I gotta know. And then I'm in a different type of bag now anyway, so like, I gotta be ready for this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't like I'm scared.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I never really did it. It was like, McJagger, it's a whole different, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm willing to stop the show. I'm willing to tell them, y'all need to turn up before I even go or we walking out this bitch type shit, you feel me? But that's certain type of confidence I didn't have at first. You know what I mean? But it's different now, for sure.
For sure, man. Well, I was gonna ask you, like, you know, shit, we both come a long way. Let's just say that. But, you know, just from the outside looking in, like, you know, we've been doing interviews for so damn long.
Right.
At what point did you feel like you found your confidence then, like, as an artist?
Last year.
Really?
100%. It's different. Like, okay, I came here. I remember sitting on that couch last time when I did the Don Corleone 2 shit. I was confident with the music a little more so, but it's like now it's like I'm in a different type of bag. Like, you know what I mean? Like for real. Like I really like I'm so cocky with the shit now. Not even cocky. I'm just so confident with the shit that it done turned to cockiness. Like I know, like I just feel like ain't nobody harder than me right now. You know. I can't, and I ain't even necessarily even just saying that, because everybody gonna say that for sure, so I'm gonna clip that. It just, when I hear other people's shit now, it's just like, I feel like I would've said this and it would've been harder. Or it's like, now, when I play my music, it's not like, I don't need no validation no more. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, it's like, I'm looking around, trying to see if I got folks here bumping it. You know what I mean? It was like, nah, I don't even get that energy no more. Like, I know my shit hard. So that's just how I feel, you know what I mean? I could be wrong, but, you know, you gotta start like that, you know what I mean, before you even think about even being hard. You at least gotta know in your head, I'm hard. So it's just a different type of bag now. Last year, I don't know. I'm way more confident than ever. And
you've been consistent for a while, but I do feel like last year, though, them singles was, like, undeniable. Like, every single was hitting, though.
Yeah, now facts on God, because it was a work ethic, too. You know what I mean? I was in a studio. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't like I ain't never, like, I be locked in, you know what I mean? I've been doing this shit for, like, independently for, like, not going on, but 3 years plus now.
Got you.
So it's like, I know how to go lock in the studio and come out that bitch for, like, 2-3 months, you know what I mean? Lock in, make 20, 30, 40, 50 songs. Go sit down for a couple months, go do it again, boom, put together a project. You know, but this time, it was just like I was recording so much. I really just had to stop recording like a couple months ago. Because I really, like Bands Collecting Dust, this is a prime example. Bands Collecting Dust was released like a couple weeks after it was made, which is horrible as far as my work ethic. Because I work so much that it's like, I do 100 million songs, and then once I do one song after that, it's like, dang, I like this more than this, because I done heard them 100 million times. So it's like, I had to stop myself from recording so I can start releasing some of the old music, because it's still, I still got good shit in there. That's why this project's so special to me too, because it's like, I got a couple songs out there that's not old, but they got made it within the little confident little era that I had started getting in, you know, which was like the end of 2021, like December, and like January, February 2022. You know what I mean? Opposed to me just having a whole bunch of songs from December 2022 and beginning of this year, you know what I mean? Which is got a few amount of songs on there from that era too, but I was trying to put out songs that I actually was working on already, opposed to just all the new shits, because I can get like that. So I be having to stop myself from recording, because I be outworking myself for real. And that's not good. Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Look good, sound good, but like sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need to work on other shit. But you know, with this independent shit, you know how that shit be. I mean, like you just you got to work, you know what I mean? So it's like if you, for any second you feel like you're not working, you know what I mean? This might be all that we know. Like all I might know is recording. I don't know about the marketing and all those extra schemes and shit. So my type of work, me getting that overdrive of recording, you know what I mean? I don't really be having no time thinking like, let me try to learn this. And then if I don't know that, like, I could have been recording. I know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's just be so much with this shit. I be overthinking too. So I be having to just calm down sometimes. But this shit different this time as far as when I came last time. The music different.
For sure.
It's more, I don't know. It's different.
Okay.
I don't know. It's different for sure.
And I was gonna ask you too, like, are you signed now? And if not, would you sign again?
We done talked with a couple labels and shit, you know what I mean? But if it don't make sense, like, genuinely make sense this time, I don't really care, you know what I mean? Because I'm really making all my money. I mean,
Blessing.
yeah, you see what I mean? But the help for sure definitely want mine to help, you know what I mean? But I'm already kind of like, I'm already kind of immune to just doing it myself now. And like I told you, I've been doing this shit like 3 years now, you know what I mean? So I know shit, when it's time to drop, ain't nobody gonna drop it for me. When it's time to record, ain't nobody gonna book no studio for me. Ain't nobody gonna shoot the video for me, get it together, you know what I mean? So I'm in a whole different type of bag with this shit, like mentally now for sure. Like I got interns and shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to start building a team for real, opposed to just feeling like I'm the you know what I mean, one band, one sound, all that other shit. But I'm trying to get this shit right, you know what I mean? So if they not coming right, I can just figure this shit out my damn self the same way I've been doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Opposed to just letting them come in, get their little percentage and throw what they throw in. And, yeah, I ain't really too tough interested in that, you know what I mean?
Nah, for sure, man. I mean, you know, side note, I'm always tell you I'm proud of you, you know what I mean? Because just seeing the progression of just you coming out your shell has been dope. So
For sure.
that everything gonna come together the way it's supposed to. Now, what would you say now has been like your biggest learning lessons, and how have you applied it just from being signed to, you know, Gucci's label to now being indie?
I want you to say that one more time so I can make sure I can answer it right.
Absolutely. So, like, what would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned from being signed to Gucci's label to now being independent?
The biggest lesson I really learned from being signed, just period, and I ain't gonna just say just Gucci, you know what I mean? No shade, no salt on that.
Of course.
But just being signed, because first, we all was indie at first, so coming from being indie to signed to back being indie is the biggest lesson I learned was what to do. You know what I mean? Like I was just getting a feel for what these labels be doing for real. You know what I mean? And I'm very attentive to just like, to detail and knowing like, all right, boom, like setting up press runs and shit, marketing and all type of, like that's all type of shit I'm starting to learn that niggas didn't give a fuck about back then when we was doing our first interviews. You feel me? Like we was just dropping music and we just had a fan base and we had the hood behind us for real, and it ended up doing what it's supposed to do. But now it's like I'm trying to do different shit. I'm trying to really like do shit the labels doing and shit. You know what I mean? So, and I would have never knew about that shit if I would have signed. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's more critical now for them if they not coming with it the right way. Cause I can give a fuck about it. I already done got them damn near done bit the swag from them, you know what I mean? So they gotta make sure they on top of whatever the fuck need to be on top of, and the paper need to be right too. And I ain't too tough really chasing their money either, cause I don't know how that shit come, you know what I mean? Like they just giving you free money. But this shit gotta be right.
Hell yeah.
Cause last time I signed, I wasn't really making no money. We was buzzing, we was getting features and shows. I was living out that shit. That's how I know how to live off of it now, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't saying no royalty money for real. I wasn't getting no publishers for real like that, you know what I mean? So it's like now I'm starting to know like where the money coming from and where it can be going to and all that, you know what I mean? So I ain't know a lot of that back then. I wasn't really, you know, we kind of like had the wrong representation anyway, you know what I mean? So that's something I'd be so traumatized by anyway too, you see what I'm saying? Having somebody do it for me. That's why I be in that drive so much, you know what I mean? Cause like you can sit back all you want with a label and they can fuck you and you just gonna be another artist to them. They going back home and they shit. This is my life, you feel me? So I gotta make sure I do this shit for me, you know what I mean? I got people looking up to me. I got families to feed and my house to take care of. So I gotta do this shit the way it need to be done for me. So I would just say the biggest lesson is just, you know what I mean, just actually, you know what I mean, learning from this shit for real, you know what I mean? Not just in particular, but I learned a lot of shit with all that shit, bro, for real. So now I know what to do and what not to do when they come with their bag this time.
For sure. I mean, and that's what you're supposed to do though. Like, shit, if you ain't learning and you ain't doing something right.
Yeah, for sure. Cause I seen a lot of niggas just get their label money, let them burn them out, then they back looking stupid and they, you know, hell no, I look better.
Okay.
Fuck out of that. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm on, you feel me? I'm just trying to make sure I'm elevating and doing what I'm doing the right way, you know what I mean? There's a lot of, and I'm still young. I ain't over 24, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shit I know I'm doing wrong too, but I know shit gonna come and shit gonna get right over time, you know what I mean? As long as I keep being dedicated and determined.
Absolutely, man. So when was the last time that you did talk to Gucci?
Let me see. When's the last time I talked to him? About some years ago. Last time I talked to him was at his birthday party in I think that's 2020. His birthday just passed, by the way, too. Like 2 days ago or some shit. I commented on his picture and told him happy birthday. But as far I don't really be talking to him no more because, you know, shit, we ain't in business no more. So there ain't really too much to talk about. That's crazy. It's February 15th. This picture was 3 years ago today.
Oh, wow.
This was at his party.
That's crazy.
3 years ago today. So this is probably like the last time I talked to him, like, that I can remember. I probably talked to him after that, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, still love and all that. But it just, you know, it was business. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Business ain't happening how it's supposed to. You know, farewells get made.
Period. Now, I remember at one point you was drug-free. So how did that change your life?
It changed it. That's all I can say. It changed it. I'm still drug-free, by the way. Like I said at one point.
I was going to ask you if you still were, but
yeah, nah, I am. You know what I mean? I definitely am. I be drinking a little bit now, but I don't know, a little bit. I done started drinking now. Fuck around with my mans and them. But I don't too tough to need no drugs. I really only used to smoke the weed, and I can't really do that at all. You know what I mean? I hit a blunt here and there, even back then. You know what I mean? But I can't do that. Like, that ain't really me. Like, and when I say here and there, I mean like literally like probably like one time that year or got a contact the year before and like, nah, so I ain't, like, you know what I mean? But I can't do that shit. I can't focus with that shit. I can't do that shit. I don't know how I used to do it. I don't know how they do it now. But just, can't do that shit, man. But drug free, I smoke the fuck out of vape. Drink some liquor occasionally. You know what I mean? It'll be a lot of occasions.
For sure. I get it.
So that's about it though. But other than that, I had drug free for sure. I ain't really too tough on drugs, but.
Nah, for sure, man. That's hard. That's good. Now, what's your thoughts on seeing the industry change since you first got your big break? Like, just such as seeing a lot of rappers die so soon and shit like that.
That shit is crazy. Motherfuckers trying to right out this bitch, you know what I mean? And that's regular life and shit, but, you know, when this shit, like, broadcasted, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know what I mean, on the media and shit, that shit just look way different, you know what I mean? You got motherfuckers that niggas came up, growed up listening to and shit. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers like Takeoff, you know what I mean? Like, Takeoff, Migos them came around and shit, you know what I mean? This shit was like a real wave that they had, you know what I mean? They fucked the streets up and shit, you know what I mean? And for a motherfucker like him, you know what I mean? Like, he was one of the faces of the shit before Quavo and Offset was taking turns with what he was doing, all that controversy shit they got going on. But motherfucker like Takeoff, you know, I'm like, damn, like, I was in school listening to this dude, you know what I mean? And nigga like a real mogul to the new Atlanta sound, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So there's a lot of shit going on. You got motherfuckers like Thug locked up. You know what I mean? You got, it's shit crazy, bro. You know what I mean? It's kind of like fucking up Atlanta, you feel me? Got everybody kind of like on pins and needles and shit, you know what I mean? Cause you don't know what the fuck to believe. Then you gotta think about nowadays, I ain't no extra old head ass nigga, but you got these young niggas coming up nowadays, they ain't really got no more for real.
Shit different.
It's shit different, you know what I mean? And it shit kind of been throwing me off lately too. I already don't really hang around motherfuckers either. You got these young niggas nowadays, you know what I mean? Down, you know what I mean? You reach out to them, you know what I mean? Niggas, they love buzz, they love vibe now, you know, they don't understand. Which I get it, that's cool. And I ain't hating on no nigga go up for sure. But you know how that shit be. That shit just be weird, you know what I mean? Atlanta was always about coming together and helping each other out, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Like nowadays, motherfuckers are so divided, and that shit kind of get divided, and I don't be wanting to be talking about that shit because I know still motherfuckers from the outside still be looking at it like, oh yeah, I want to go to Atlanta, goddamn, I'm fucking around with them, they got it going, they all together and shit, but the shit kind of like watering down now, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers dying, motherfuckers getting locked up, motherfuckers getting sentenced, motherfuckers goddamn copping out.
Right.
All type of shit. It's just a whole bunch of shit coming with this shit now, man. It's life still, but like I said, when it's broadcasted, it's different. It changed the way motherfuckers perceive the shit, you know what I mean? From motherfuckers who look at it, you know what I mean? You know, all this shit, you know, entertaining and shit. So when we see motherfuckers who we might look up to or motherfuckers who we intrigued and something happening to them, kind of affect us in our personal life too, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Takeoff with my blood brother and that, you know what I mean? I've seen him here and that, you know, I fuck with him, you fuck with the music, you fuck with the campaign. It's all love, but it's still like, it's fucked up. That's still a young nigga from Atlanta, you know what I mean? And so, you know, shit just getting crazy nowadays, you know what I mean? And all the media shit ain't doing nothing but making it worse. You know what I mean? You got certain blogs who just post dumb shit. They ain't even trying to help. You know what I mean? So it's like that shit don't do them to water it down too. Then like I said, you got the young cats coming up. So all this shit get brainwashed to them. So they don't know nothing but the bullshit. And that shit ain't gonna do them to get worse. That shit so different from like when I first came up in this shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I've been doing music 10 years in April. I got my buzz in 2017, like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
2016. I signed 2017. I've been doing this shit for a little minute now, you know what I mean? To talk like that, you know what I mean? I ain't no slick Ricker now, but, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, but it's changing for real,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
This shit changing for real, you know what I mean? Like, as far as from the appearance, you know what I mean? The mindset, you know what I mean? It's just the lifestyle, you know what I mean? Atlanta always kind of been up-paced, you know what I mean? But you gotta be with it now.
Yeah.
That league, yeah, boy, this shit got that shit fast now. Shit fast for real. I don't even be knowing how fast paced I be going. I be thinking out there. I'm moving slow. I be fast paced. You know what I'm saying? I be having to calm down for real. Like this shit really like up to speed now. Like up to speed, no tolerance, fucking what's that word I'm looking for? Low attention span. Like this shit just so different now. You know what I mean? But shit, hopefully that shit for the better. Hopefully we blind to the shit today and then tomorrow come around like, oh, well, this how we can benefit from it. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm trying to look at it from a positive aspect. But as right now, we on crutch. For sure.
Hell yeah. Hear that. Now, what was your thoughts when you saw Mal's, legal situation? What was your conversation like when he first was released?
On document, me and Ma haven't been talking. Because of the case, we can't talk.
Got you.
Technically. I haven't talked to Ma.
Got you. I got you.
I haven't seen Ma. I haven't talked to Ma. I don't even remember what he looked like. That's it.
For sure. So, well, when can we expect music? I mean, because the people need another.
But we got music on the way. We
Okay.
So the work didn't stop though.
For sure.
For sure, definitely got. He on the album number 4, if I'm not mistaken. Cutting Ties. Definitely that.
Hell yeah.
But until this legal shit over with, I ain't talked to him. I don't know him. Which will be over with soon, but.
For sure.
Other than that, but we gonna get the best of 4 running real soon. When that shit over with. When that shit over with, or when he got his contract.
Yeah.
He re-signed or whatever you got going on. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out though, but it's on the way though for sure.
Got you, man. Yeah, we want another tape, and we need another record like Exotic.
For sure. It's so crazy because some of them songs, that's why I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't really know nobody who ever motivated me as much as Mal, for real. I be saying this a lot, but it's just like real shit. Like, man, like got so much support for me and so much love and so much belief in me, bro. It'd be crazy. Like even like the song from way back the phone book. I was not supposed to be on that song. I didn't really care for that song at all, like literally, like at all. Like, man, that song was sitting there open for about a week or two. I swear to God, for about a week or two, nigga forced me to get on the song. I got on it. Shit did what it did.
Hell
Exotic.
yeah.
It was a regular studio session. You ended up making me come in there and got on it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, but it just, I don't really be seeing nobody really like standing up and really making that shit happen like Shawty do for me. You know what I mean? That's why it'll forever be love. You know what I mean? With him opposed to whatever, you know what I mean? Like Shawty make that shit happen for me, you know what I mean? Whether if he physically doing it or not, or if he just simply put me on the song, or if he just simply just scoon over for me or whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's just like, Shawty a dog with that shit for me. For sure, you know what I mean? So we definitely got some, you talking about exotic, please, sit down.
Okay.
Man, sit down, man. That shit we got coming up, man, that shit full,
Y'all got some records, man.
Now, this shit we got now is different. Cause you gotta understand, I'm in a whole different bag myself. He's in a different bag. This is different. And he warned me about this shit. He warned me about this shit years ago, for real. Like once I kind of like, once they kind of put me on the ship before I actually signed my termination to get out the deal, he warned me about this shit. Like, nigga, you know how this shit gonna be when we get this shit back together, come back together. So, man, shit crazy. I wish I could play some of that shit right now.
Off air?
I can.
Hell yeah.
I can do that for sure.
Can't wait.
I can definitely do that for sure. This shit crazy now though.
But yeah, the fans, we can't wait, man. It's long overdue.
I can't wait. I'll be more excited than them.
Nah.
I swear to God.
Then the fans?
Swear to God.
Nah, I don't know.
I wanna know how I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna tell you that. I be wanting to hear it. I be wanting to ride to the shit, you know what I mean? Like, I be having the songs already in my notes and shit, but I can't ride to it, get a vibe to it.
For sure.
Like the Apple Music, Spotify, just play throughout type of shit, you know what I mean? I want to ride. I be like a fan. I'm ready for this shit to drop. I'm ready for it, you know what I mean? Because that's just how I be wanting to do the same shit like they want to do. They want to smoke, drink, ride to the shit, or listen to the shit, vibe to it. I be want to do the same shit, I swear to God. Like right now, I'm dying. I'm waiting for the shit to come. I done teased them and told them the shit gonna be dropping Friday, but I ain't say it was gonna be dropping Friday. I told them I would drop them Friday, but it's gonna drop next Friday. But I just wanted to see where their head was at and try to make sure they still love me. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And I don't know why I play with them. Cause they gonna be cussing me out.
Yeah, that
Friday.
ain't cool.
They gonna be cussing my ass out Friday. I ain't gonna lie. And I guess what I really noticed, Lalaa, like, I get more love on the projects than I do my fucking singles. 100%. Cause last year was a single year, and
Yeah.
I wanted to do that year like that. That was my plan last year. I said this year I'm gonna do no project this year, cause 2020, 2021 I did one project, but 2020 I did 3 projects. I did Don Quill, Big Quill EP. And It Could Be Worse. Could have been worse, whichever one. I did 3 projects then, and it was rolling. Shit was going, but I was like, nah, I was oversaturated. I don't want to fuck up, you know what I mean? Then when I did Don Quill on 2, it did good with numbers, you know what I mean? And I was dropping all the singles this year. I dropped like 8 singles this year. It was supposed to be a single every month, but some months I got lazy or whatever. Some months I ain't had a video ready or some shit, but it ended up didn't work for me, you know what I mean? And I'm actually proud of that, because I stuck with my plan, whether it worked or not, you know what I mean? And that's something I don't usually do, you know what I mean? I be overthinking so much, because I was supposed to drop a project 3 times last year, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck that shit, I got all this music for the drop a project, you know what I mean? But I ain't actually really get into it to really putting the process together to drop a project into this year for real, you know what I mean? So. That's why I'm more excited than them. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Okay.
I'm waiting for that shit to drop too. I want to see the reaction.
Hell yeah.
Shit got leaked and some more shit too.
I didn't know that.
It got leaked for a day.
Shit.
It was my fault too.
What happened?
I had it set for release at a certain date, but I had to pause it real quick and have, because I wanted to put another song I ended up making. See, that's why I said I had to stay out the studio. You feel me? Because this shit getting crazy. So I made a new song. I'm like, fuck that. This shit gotta go on there. This gotta be the first song. So the first song on there, Can't Compare, I made that like 2 weeks ago. I had to stop the project because it's supposed to drop on the 3rd, 2323, but instead it's gonna drop on 224.
For sure.
But that was a new song, but it ended up, it's so crazy. It did like 86,000 on Spotify in like 24 hours or some shit like that. And I ain't even posted it or nothing yet. So it's like, that's how I know for a fact. I'm like, they gotta be waiting for this shit. Something, I don't know what it is. I don't know, but I got some shit on there for sure though.
Oh yeah, I ain't surprised. I meant to ask you too, like, what's your thoughts on Hoodrich Pablo Juan situation?
So crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never spoke about Shawty in a long time. We've been feuding for a motherfucker, but it's crazy, man. I miss my dog, boy. I miss my dog, bro. It's so crazy. That's how much I miss my dog. I don't fuck with him, though. I'll tell you that, though. But I miss my dog, though. Look, I just downloaded this picture Monday. I was finna post him the other day, him and Thug. But I had posted the album shit, so I'm like, they ain't gonna see that shit, you know what I mean? But Pablo's situation, there's a lot of shit going on with that shit, but it's like, Shawty helped a lot with this shit too, you know what I mean? You know, Shawty played his part, and motherfuckers like Miles, Pablo, and Gucci, they all played a part where I'm at today.
Hell yeah.
And I give him that, you know what I mean? But a lot of situations that was handled on his end when shit happened, everybody get into it. He didn't handle it how he's supposed to, you know what I mean? With us looking up to him as much as we did, you know what I mean? But, niggas get older, I ain't really too tough. You gonna hate him forever, you know what I mean? I just love him from a distance, but like I said, I don't fuck with him still, you know what I mean? And I hate to go on air and talk like this, you know what I mean? But the reason I fuck with him, the reason why I love him, because I thought about it the other day. Motherfuckers get into it all the time with they folks, and you'll see them right on the internet talking shit about the shit. Niggas didn't even really know. Niggas knew through the grapevine, but nobody ever came out and now one of us actually said fuck you on it, you know what I mean? So that's the most respect I got for him, you know what I mean? That he actually, you know what I mean, stayed down and didn't really do too much on the media with a nigga name. I don't know what he did behind closed doors, you know what I mean? But, shit, that's regular shit, tension, you know what I mean? But I miss Shawty to my dog, you know what I mean, free him. But, shit ain't work out how it's supposed to, you know what I mean? I'm a bit dog now, so a lot of little shit I don't go for no more anyway, so.
Nah, for sure.
If that shit ever get rekindled, he gonna have to be coming the right way anyway, you know what I mean? Because it's different now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But free Shawty though.
For sure. Shit, at least he got a a coming home date that ain't too far away. So
yeah, it ain't too far away. He should be having to parole out, so
For sure.
This Georgia. I ain't trying to keep you in there that long. They just want to get you in there, get you out of there, make some more room for somebody else coming.
Exactly.
For sure. Trust me.
Now, Quill, I want to ask you a question. I feel like I don't think I ever heard you really speak about this situation. Now, it was a point where like people was trying to put certain allegations on you. How did you deal with that in your career and just your mental?
It's crazy because it be a lot of times I be thinking about this shit. Like I really overcame a lot of that shit. Like I got a song called Allegations.
Yeah.
That I was supposed to be on the project, but I didn't drop it on the project for a reason because I overcame the shit. And then I felt like mentally that I already faced the shit. So I'm like, I don't got nothing to prove. I don't want to relive this shit, you know what I mean? Because that shit'd be like, you know what I mean, opening up a case that's already closed. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna feel how they want to feel anyway. Motherfuckers gonna believe what they want to believe. Truth is the truth, you know what I mean? I got motherfuckers around me who knows what's going on. I got motherfuckers who not around that know what's going on, and people who not around who don't know what's going on, and that's why they not around. So you can't please everybody. I had to really realize that too, that I'll be right here growing gray hairs, trying to tell everybody that this is what happened, that what happened, and it happened like that. You know what I mean? That's why I ain't really get too deep into the Pablo situation, but you know what I mean? It's like shit happens. That's life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Not to really go too deep into it, but it's always gonna be 1, 2, and 3 stories.
Yeah.
So I ain't got time to sit right here and tell all 3 stories. So I had to really overcome that shit mentally and really get that understanding of myself. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on. Niggas said I was getting robbed. Niggas said I was snitching. There was a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean? But I really care for this shit, more. You know what I mean? It definitely took a toll on me at different points of time, for sure. But shit, that should be headlining one week. That shit don't even be in the magazine the next week. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
So you gotta learn that's what come with this shit. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers that came over. You know what I mean? Came from the worst story you can possibly think of. You know what I mean? They still doing their thing. So I gotta look at shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? But I ain't really got no explanation for these people. You know what I mean? I'm here to put out music. I ain't here to tell these folks what's going on with my personal life for real. You know what I mean? That shit other motherfuckers do. You know what I mean? I ain't really too tough interested in that shit. You know what I mean? You believe what you want to believe. You fuck with me, you rock with me, you don't. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Shit, I ain't in this shit to please nobody for real. I just want you to like the music. You don't like the music, skip the bit.
Sure.
Simple.
Sure. When and what was the last self-care thing that you did for yourself?
I got a massage yesterday.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got a massage yesterday. I've been kind of like working on myself lately though.
Hell
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Cause like I said last year, I was in that different bag. I started kind of like trying to like get my skin together and shit. You know, I be working on my fragrances and smells and shit. You know what I mean? Like I think I left my bag in the car. Good cologne, deodorant, lotions and shit. You know what I mean? I don't even play that shit no more. All that. Toothpaste in now, you know what I mean? So that type of time I be on now is like, I be really trying to make sure this shit right now, you know what I mean? Like, cause I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about, but that come with time and getting older.
You
know
was
what
still
I mean?
young.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now it's like, come on. I took 2 showers yesterday.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? So it be like different now, you know? Like, I really be trying to take care of myself now, you know what I mean? The right way, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, definitely a lot of self-care going on lately, like,
That's what's
crazy
up.
way. Sure.
That's dope, man. Also, too, with your hair, man. So you back with the hair full
Yeah,
time.
nah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the low cut shit, bro. I couldn't do it. Like, I don't know. Like, and Mom was telling me, like, bro, you was going up with that shit. I'm like, all right, that's cool and all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we gonna figure this shit out this way, cause I can't do it. This is me. You know what
For
I mean?
sure.
It's always been me. You know what I mean? Since forever. You know what I mean? I always had hair. Like, and even without, not even just saying with the dreads, like, I always had a little fro. I always had some type of hair. I couldn't do that low haircut shit. That wasn't me. I ain't know how to manage that shit. I not be seeing niggas with the waves, keep the cut clean. I don't even know how to keep, hey, come on, that wasn't for me. And it's just like, the type of styles and clothes I like to wear, it wasn't for me. You know what I mean? I just ordered some shit yesterday, goddamn. I ordered like an oversized, like, kind of skirtish type of shit, you know what I mean? Some rock star, edgy type of shit. I be on the clothes bad, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't do that with the waves, you know what I mean? There's certain outfits you can't pull off unless you got hair. So it's like, and I
That's
know what
facts.
type of, and I just know what type of like, you know, type of sense of fashion I have, you know what I mean? I don't want to just be wearing regular clothes. That ain't never been me. Like, I want to wear clothes. I like clothes. I like putting that shit. I like putting that shit on for sure.
Hell yeah.
Nah, for sure. So I had to put these bitches back in. And I had controversy about that too. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and put you down. My shit, I've been going so crazy with this shit. You see this right here?
Yeah.
That's why I put them back in there.
Got you.
I had my hair in for 18 months. So all this is new girl.
Wow. Damn.
All this is new girl out of 18 months. They longer than this because, you know, obviously it ain't the scratch,
Yeah.
but shit, I be getting this shit done like fuck now, cause I used to have afro dreads and all
Hell
that
yeah.
shit. You know what I mean? That's why I say like the self-care shit. Like I be like make sure
see
my
you,
nails
man.
be
The
did.
nails, yes, sir.
Yeah, like I be on top of that shit real bad now. Like I ain't really playing with these folks no more.
I love it. I love it, man.
Nah,
The
for sure.
growth. Hell yeah, man. So, like, Quill, man, what would you tell your younger self, like the Quill, when I first met you, Quill? What would you tell that young man?
I would always say, listen and trust the process. You know what I mean? Cause a lot of them used to listen back then. You know what I mean? Listening be the most main, like, listening was a real problem for me back then. I didn't know how to listen. I just want to do whatever I want to do. And not necessarily do whatever I wanted to do, but if I didn't like what somebody was telling me to do, I just bypass and just shrug off that shit. I'm like, I ain't got time for that shit, bro. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I mean? I go smoke a blunt when I want to. I would get into it with my probation officers and shit. I'm coming out the courtroom arguing with the probation officer. Like, literally, like on some reckless shit. I'm going to jail every year. You know what I mean? It was just like doing what the fuck I wanted to do, you know what I mean? But it came to a point where I was like, I gotta really like grow up, like sit my ass down somewhere, really listen. You know what I mean? Really understand that, you know, this shit can, come on. I don't even want to talk about nothing too crazy, but like just really get right.
Hell yeah.
Get my shit together, you know what I mean? But I don't really listen. I don't really listen to that. I remember my first spot. I got a video of my first spot once I got signed and shit. One of my little partners gave me a spot. I bought it from like $1,500, $2,000. Came with the beds and shit. All I had to do was just pay the rent. He keep telling me like, nigga, you gotta pay the rent. You gotta do this, do that. I'm bullshit. I pay it when I want to. Man, I must be coming out the door one day. I'm looking down the step. I'm on the third floor. I must be seeing them folks coming up the step. Big suits and vests on and shit. I'm like, I run back in the house. I got my gun on me and shit. And weed. That's why I was smoking weed. I come back to the door. And like, oh yeah, such. It was raining and shit. And like, oh yeah, you gotta get up out of here type shit. He like, he was telling me, he would text me like, man, them folks said the rent off and such. I'm like, but tell him I'm finna pay him right now. I'm finna get him money right now. He like, I'm trying to tell him. But nah, that's how I think it heavy. I'm trying to tell him. So once I look outside, I see him coming upstairs. I'm like, oh shit, hey bullshit. And that's like little shit that, you know what I mean? Like if I would've listened, you know what I mean? I would've, you know what I mean? I would've fucked up that spot, you know what I mean? And it wasn't like the super best spot in the world, but it was a nice spot for me, my first spot, you know what I mean? So little shit like that I didn't want to listen to, and that, but all that type of shit like that helped me, you know what I mean? Taught me that you can't bullshit. Give these folk their money, you know what's going on, you know what I mean? Or just pay attention and just do right, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of shit I just be thinking that I run the world, I was on this little summit. So I don't really too much listening, just being bad and defiant. Sure, but
Hell
I definitely tell my own self, like, just listen, bro. Like, you ain't got it all figured out, bro. Trust me. Listen to somebody. At least listen first, and then do what you want to do. Don't not listen and do what you want to do. You just tripping.
Hell yeah. Shit, I ain't even got to ask you what the word progress mean because I feel like you embodying progress, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I ain't got to even ask you, but like, again, I'm proud of you, man. Keep going the fuck up.
Nah, for sure. I appreciate it, man. You know, it's all family with me. You know, I tell you
Always.
every time, your progress will be, progress report mean family to me.
Always,
That's what it
man.
means to me.
So what would you say your message to your fans right now?
McJagger on the fucking way. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And listen, it'll help you. Stay out of trouble. Something I've been trying to do. And take care of yourself. And work. Please work. Stop calling off work. Stop calling off work. That's the number one thing. Stop calling off. Y'all start calling off work. The shit gonna be here. Whatever you chase, it's gonna be here. Stop calling off work. Get your money. Take care of your business. Take care of yourself, your family, all that. Listen, McJagger on the way. He did.
Good shit, Quill, man. I appreciate you skipping class with me, man.
You know what, man?
Hell yeah.
You know what?
The Progress Report.